Hi, this is Renita Farrell, and I haven't shared a video with you for a while, so I thought this was a good time to do that. I have been having so much fun this week. Um, my body is changing, things are changing with it, and I've lost about 2 to 3 more pounds, and it is just so much fun. I, I've been on this transformation. Some people like to call it a weight loss. Some people call it a diet. But I've decided no, it's not either one. It's a transformation, and that's what I've been doing for almost the last 5 months now. And I have been really surprised at how much fun it is. Dieting is not fun. And I think you'll all agree with me on that. And how many times have you been able to smile on diet except for when you get on the scale? And yeah, you really do lose. I've been on so many diet programs, weight loss, Weight Watchers, Tops, Nutrisystem, Diet Center. It just goes on and on and on. And I finally got discouraged with it and just gave up on the whole bit when I was in my 50s. And of course, paid for it. And so now, since I found this transformation program, it has been totally different. It has been like night and day, and I've had so many changes. In fact, I went through and I just wrote down a whole bunch of changes. You can see the list, and also on the back of some of the changes, and I just keep adding to them all the time. So today I wanted to share with you 3 more changes. 2 of them mine, and 1 is for my husband. But today, as of noon Central Time, I discovered with another belt issue that I get to go buy a new belt, because this belt is soon going to be too big. Today I was able to notch it clear back here to the last hole and so I'm creating a new belt. I had been anticipating this. I showed this to my daughter Sunday, and I think I showed it to my husband a week or 2 ago, that I was already at this second hole. And so when I got to this hole, that I get to have a new belt. And I'm there today. So one of these days I'm going to be going belt shopping. And so that is, I've had this belt for ages. Ages. And of course, this is the second belt I've gone through. My first belt, when I first started the program, was much bigger. And so now I've worked myself out of this belt. How about that? And I use the word work, and I haven't even worked. That's the fun part about it. It's been so easy and so much fun. Okay, and the other thing that I made a video earlier, and as I was watching it before I was going to post it, I noticed something that had changed also before the belt did. It had changed the first of the week. Well, when I went out to Hawaii in September, the people that I stayed with, his daughter, who is 10 years old, she gave me this ring, and she wanted me to have it. Well, I thought, well, how am I going to get a ring from a little 10-year-old on my finger? So when I started out, I had to put it on this finger in order to even keep it on my hand, because all my fingers were too big for it. So I did that for quite a while. And then I think shortly after I left Hawaii, I noticed that I could change it to that finger. Well, here this last week, I did something, I don't remember what it was, and I thought, oh my gosh, if I don't do something different, I'm going to lose that ring. Well, I didn't want to, because she's a very special little girl. And that's how I'm able to remember Suki. She's a really neat gal. So I took and I put this ring on this finger, and to my surprise, it went on and it comes off very easily. So Suki, look, I still have your ring. I'm going to be able to wear it for a while longer, but how much longer, I don't know, because I certainly don't want to lose it. So that is my two stories. And then this week, well, it started a couple of weeks ago. We went out to Denver, Colorado to a meeting. And while we were there, we met up with a couple of friends. They were Facebook friends up until that time. And so we was able to converse about these products that we're both using. And my husband has been using some of the products, but there's a couple of them that he didn't want to do. And so Rich was kind enough to share with him about the Super Aminos 23 that we have. And these Super Aminos 23 are amazing, because that is what I believe has brought my strength back. I had gotten so weak. My muscles had deteriorated so much that I could even feel the weakness in my muscles. And my husband was complaining about how his muscles had deteriorated and gotten so weak over this past year or so. And so I've been taking the Super Aminos, and I noticed that I didn't feel weak anymore, and that I could do things that I didn't think I was ever going to be able to do again, like lifting different things or opening different jars and stuff. I can do it now. Well, my husband was reluctant. He didn't want to give up his meat. He thought his meat was going to be what was going to save his muscles, but it isn't. And so Rich was able to explain to him how this Super Aminos 23 goes into the body, and within 23 minutes goes out into the bloodstream and starts working on every cell in the body. So it doesn't matter whether it's the skin cell, the muscle cells, it works on all cells. And my husband was listening, and when we got home, he said, do you have any of those Super Aminos? And I said, yeah. So he started taking them 3 times a day, 3 times a day. And this past week, he shared with me, after about a week of taking the Super Aminos, he shared with me about how he had, in his right arm, ever since harvest, he had problems with his arm hurting, his shoulder and his whole arm hurt. It just ached. And he didn't know what to do with it or anything. And he was at the point that he couldn't lift it over his head or anything, or hardly above, hardly even with his shoulder. And he started, so when he turned up the thermostat in the morning, he said he had to crawl his hand up to the thermostat on the wall to get it up there so he could turn the thermostat up. Well, the other day, he told me, look at this. And he started waving his arm over his head and around his body and everything. He said, I hadn't been able to do that all winter. And so he was totally amazed. And of course, I was happy to hear that. And he says his arm still aches a little, but at least he can move his arm and raise it, and it doesn't hurt as much as it had before. So we know the more he takes of the super aminos and some of the other products, that's all going to eventually go away, because I know from experience, I've never had so much fun transforming my body and enjoying doing it. And so eventually I want to share all the different things that I've been doing, and then just how it's working and stuff for me. And I'm looking forward to the warmer spring and summer so that I can get out of my sweatshirts and start wearing my cotton t-shirts and stuff. And with this belt, getting a smaller belt, you're gonna see that my body has transformed also. I'm not gonna show you right now, but that's something that you can look forward to, is that I will stand up and show you my slimmer size and just how these products create an hourglass shape for you. And for the men, it is awesome. Rich showed us his pictures of how he has changed, and it just blew me away. And he didn't have a lot of weight to lose, but it just totally transformed him also. So and these are the kinds of stories we're hearing all over the place. So if you're interested in hearing more or learning more, let me know, and I'd be glad to share with you more about it, because I just want to share the fun with you. I'm having so much fun. I've never had so much fun dieting or trying to lose weight. That's all it was trying to lose weight and then trying to keep it off, in which, it didn't work. But the longer I go now, the more I can see it's not going to be a difficult process to keep the weight off, and it's totally going to be fun. I'm looking so forward to this summer and being able to wear smaller clothes and to have a shape that I can be proud of. So take care, and let me know if you'd like to know more about what I'm doing. So have a great day.